as they normally play, so they are super in comfort. I want to see if this comp works for them.
Yeah, so once again, it's 4.6, so these are the 2-minute trinkets. So we're going to have a ward on each of the supports. No exhausts on the entire side of EFG, but at the same time, lolpro is forced to take one on LOH to deal with the Tryndamere in the late game. And the fact that, I mean, a lot of summoner spells here are actually indicative of what they're up against, because Syndra has the Ignite. You have to bring that for the Soraka.
It's double Ignite.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's double Ignite. They need that pressure. And the early wards coming out almost in the same spot in Amir. Almost. Have time?
Yeah, they watch.
Evelyn.
All right. Well, she's also a ward, so looks like lolpro has more.
Just she could be anything.
Became a ward.
Decided to do that.
Hey, that's a good strat.
Teemo does that too.
Wards win more games than
wards win games. So just pick Evelyn, Teemo, Shaco, and Twitch, and just be wards.
There you go.
And win.
Yep. You'll be awarded with a win.
Yeah.
I'm really good at this.
Good job. Good job. That was actually that was decent.
I appreciate that. That was decent. Is that like a 6 out of 10?
No, that's like a 3 out of 10.
What? Decent is an above average mark.
All right,
or at least at average.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do you go by grading scale, so 7 is an average, or do you go by 5 in the middle as an average?
You go by the out of 10. Like 5 is an average.
But in school, 70%.
We're not in school.
70%.
We're not in school. Are we in school? No. If Curse Academy was playing, I would maybe give it to you.
You would maybe give it to me, but I'm just saying, in terms of a percentage,
no,
what is considered?
We're no longer in school. We're in lolpro. It's out of 10.
Okay, okay. I don't know. I go by... Right, so even if 5 is average, I still give you a 3 on that one.
What? That belies you saying decent. That's messed up. All right, well, we're going to get ourselves into the game.
I'm easy with my words, bad with my, my ratings.
Yes. It's okay, though. Here we go. Mid lane 1v1. It's going to be an isolated 1v1. Both, we got 2v1 lane setups going on. Interestingly, though, it's the double jungle going on. So white camp going down for the red team. Looks like Wraith just got taken. And then Shyvana Eve going to grab double golems. And it's going to be the 4-0 push.
And EFG looked like they were expecting an invade. So they hung out by the wolves for so long as 5. And then, boom, ran themselves down. But they also planned this out, too. Because if they weren't hanging out by the wolves, they would have delayed their top laner getting the lane. So they saw this coming. They expected this. It's going to be the 4-man split push in the bottom. Going to get those level 2s off of the enemy double golems. No red buff for EFG, but there's one for lolpro. I actually think that the blue is a little better in this situation.
Generally speaking, yeah. More abilities are going to probably do more for you than like 5 true damage a second on minions right here. So, going to be top lane turret going down rather rapidly. Of course, Sona, a slightly better pusher thanks to that Q aura. 3 minutes, 9 seconds for top lane turret. That's the one with the bonus armor. Again, 4.6. The bottom turret doesn't have that yet. 3:14. Looks like EFG got their pie, and they're going to be continuing to push down the bottom lane.
And it's a race. They're just going to go for it. It's a ceremonial dance before the game begins.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get some turrets, some extra gold in our pockets.
And it's worth pointing out,
some
actually,
allowance.
That both guys are giving allowance to the top laners. It's 5 CS for each one, so they're slightly giving the CS over there. Being that this is a pretty snowbally lane, and will eventually be able one-on-one. That matchup's going to be important.
So here's the thing. How long are they going to leave it? It's going to deny the entire wave, and will they possibly freeze it afterwards? Yeah, they're going to do it. So this is the adjustment that people have made after seeing this strategy fail so many times. Leave the turret up as much as possible.
lolpro's got the better of this, though.
Yeah.
The thing is, this wave's mostly done now, and when Hoodstomp kills his turret off, this will push out towards his lane, whereas this bot lane here for Haunter is freezable.
Yep, they left it up for a little while longer, and also the minions were not in range of it, so tiny bit of advantage there to lolpro. We'll have to see what they do with it, though, because so many people will end up not pushing an advantage or not using it appropriately.
This is going to be interesting. So look at where Haunter is, and look at the fact that the red team was just taking away the red buff. They could theoretically flank around and get down to that Shyvana, but they didn't know about it enough.
Well, speaking of flanking, we have Lucian off on the side here with Lee Sin on the middle.
Here we go. The stun ignite is on. A lot of damage on the LOD. He's going to have to try to run away from this one. Flashes over into the turret. Flash from Justin Kajung. Hits an auto attack on the turret, though. It's going to be the Soraka getting away.
There's good aggression there, but at the same time, once again, it's Soraka. It's not very smart to tower dive a Soraka. I said that earlier. And now Hoodstomp is here to reply, and they're going to have a little bit of a numbers advantage in the mid lane with that jungler off on the side, whereas 2 members of EFG have to back up.
All right, so now we got to take stock of the situation. How many summoners got burned? Looks like 4 for EFG to the 3 of lolpro, actually. So the trade wasn't exactly ideal. Acadian shoves at the top lane rather fast. Had to in the first place, but did it. Soraka's actually not there in time. He's going to miss one minion, maybe.
And this is Acadian's strength, the split pushing, the wave manipulation. Is something that you learn as a top laner when you want to just push the advantage when your wave is pushing. And look at this. LOD, he does show up at a very good moment, so he ends up getting the CS. Maybe could have had Hanser teleport to the top, but they want him to have the free farm bottom with no interruptions.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't want to burn TP for a difference of one minion right there.
Big difference here is the AD carry CS. We talked about Hood Stomp versus Jessica Jung at the start of the game, and Hood Stomp has twice as much CS as Jessica Jung, and they're actually funneling a lot into him.
Yeah, he's been holding the mid lane now while the Soraka kind of split pushes off. This is interesting. It's always fun to see when teams pick kind of unorthodox lane matchups in order to be... basically, it's not for like the 1v1 or 2v2. It's for being able to move around the map. In about a minute, the first buffs are going to respawn. And if you got more people in the mid lane, those guys can more easily react.
So pings around the dragon. Evelyn was going for some wards there. They ended up seeing her. And now there's a flank onto the bottom lane here. And are they going to risk the 2v3? Looks like
reward.
Hakuho's just coming down to go ahead and make sure he gets some use out of his relic shield here.
Yeah, well, it's going to be, what, 2 minutes, basically, is the cost, or the amount of time it takes to get back to full charges. So, gets the cannon. Proper choice there. Got to make sure you get cannons. So it's time for LOH going to be fine there in this mid lane. They're actually constantly pushing. They're actually trying to get Syndra down a little bit and kind of push his matchup. He's actually going to miss some CS. One caster minion right there lost due to the pushing.
So, 6 minutes into the game, LOD's been doing really well in the mid lane for himself. Granted, he's playing Soraka, and he was left on an island. There was no pressure anywhere. Soraka's going to do really well with sustain, etc.
Yeah.
He's keeping up in CS, the highest CS in the game. You know, this mid lane swap is working out for him currently. Like right now, I'm kind of thinking, you know, it's for the better.
Yeah,
working out.
It's honestly working out quite nicely, and actually I want to keep seeing how the minion waves shape up as well, because you have kind of down the line minion kill leads for lolpro. I feel like they're manipulating their waves a little bit better. They're getting like everyone who's kind of farming in the side lanes is farming uncontested. Like Shyvana was solo pushing down to the bottom lane for a while, reached the turret, backed off. Right, was gankable, had a ward river just to make sure, and it was like, all right, they showed up, backed out. You know, the AD carry got the CS, pushes back down. It's going to go back and forth.
Yeah, well, their team composition is very indicative of their play style. They're saying, we want to play passive. You guys have the super aggression team. We're just going to play around that.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, we have a pause in-game. We'll be getting back into this one before too long. But when you see us after the game, in the middle of the game, it's because there's a pause. So don't worry. Get you situated in a little bit. So yeah, we had basically an 800 gold lead so far for lolpro just from landing phase. Both teams got 2 turrets. No team's got any kills. I didn't see any major buffs go one way or the other. No dragons or anything. So it's just better minion killing right now, right? Controlling the waves properly. The fact that Trind had to push the wave really fast. And we talked about this a little bit in the pregame. Teams being able to read the game, looking forward, and making the move as opposed to being the one to reactive. And so, for example, in the case of Soraka getting the top lane, right? That was a scene situation. It's like, okay, Trind's pushing. We know it's going to be like 1 or 2 more waves. Make sure you're there in time. lolpro was not surprised at all by that. Now, that said, lolpro defended with exactly 1 champion who had no spells up, right? This was after Soraka got pushed out, burned her heal and flash. EFG could have very easily been like, giving them the respect that they would show up for this, but you show up with your team to that pushed wave, right? You just bring 4 people, you tower down that turret, Soraka would die there, and you create the move off that lane push. And this is something that you actually see a lot from the top teams, is any sort of minion wave advantage becomes a push opportunity.
Well, when you see a huge minion wave like that, me as a jungler and a top laner now, I'm like, oh god, this is really bad if they have a big minion wave coming there. I have to go to that spot.
Yeah, you help the team. You have to have at least 2 guys, I think. And so neither team actually went for anything there, and it ended up just being a farm off. But that's the types of plays you tend to see from the really top teams. They find those opportunities.
Speaking of no buffs going over, they end up stealing one.
Oh, there's the 2-man mid.
Hanser uses his ultimate. Jessica Jung was giving him some to the backside there on the way out. He was like, oh! Dragon's trying to converge. Like, if you saw that there, Hanser was just taking free damage just so he could be in position to possibly contest the blue buff.
Yeah.
Worth.
Yeah, I mean, his team got an extra buff steward there. Syndra's going to be without blue for a while. I believe Soraka was going to grab the buff herself, so no, actually, it looks like it went to Eve.
Got smited away.
Okay.
They didn't risk it. They'll give their own blue over to LOD if they have the possibility. Look at that. They're converging on the jungle now. They had it warded earlier, and now LOD Pro making all the moves. Ooh!
Okay, well, Hack's Defender gets silenced, so he can't jump yet. Now he's going to be able to get away if he has a ward to jump to. Doesn't, but walks out safely. And I like this by lolpro. They are really capitalizing the fact that the dual lane was stuck bottom, although Leona came mid finally. But the fact that Trend is not going to do very much right now. You know, low level, no major items, and they're just grouping up and trying to make plays.
Yeah, another thing here is looking at Lee Sin's build. Nobody on EFG's team is going to be remotely tanky for a very long time.
Very true.
And if you look at the lineup of lolpro,
That's a lot of damage there from Acadian. Again, LOD, wow!
Oh.
Dangerously low pop summoner heal. He's got to wish to keep himself alive, but you've got to be careful. Heaven Time shows up to save him. First blood, though, Acadian. 1v1. Now, can he get away? No, he can't. He's going to be kill traded back over.
He's so good because he has Aiden in his name. I hope everybody can hear you doing the slow clap.
You can.
That'd be great.
I've watched VODs. You can hit the slow clap. Don't worry. Yeah,
so
that was pretty glorious.
They ended up getting multiple crits there on him. And like I said, spinning slash, you're just like crit. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to spinning slash, get another crit. And it reduces the cooldown of your spinning slash. So you're like, oh, use it again. Continue closing that distance. And now they're in position to do this. And they pick it up for themselves. But now they're getting pinched in. They engage. It would have to be a flash crescendo.
There we go. One man flash crescendo. Everyone else getting out. Sona putting some damage. And there comes Hanser. Gets kicked back. Then Hakuko in the wrong spot. He's going to be going down. Picked up by Hoodstomp. 2-for-1 overall. But Dragon EFG.
Yeah, and there's still a gold lead here for lolpro. It's the early Dragon. It isn't worth as much. They're 2 turrets to 2. But then it's 2-1 and the Dragon in favor of EFG. But it's still this CS advantage here across almost every lane except for the mid lane. It's going in lolpro's favor. And now they're going straight to that mid lane with 5 men strong. They have this tiny advantage. Why not push it?
Really good choice. They got people off the map. They show up for the turret push. So 3 turrets, 2. Overall, that fight, the Dragon, right? Like, the Dragon actually baited in EFG. Again, a team not awesome at team fighting yet. You identified no real tanks until Leona can, like, put herself in the front line easily. And didn't get it.
I do want to touch back on that because I was so rudely interrupted by the first blood.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that they have no tank up against the Shyvana, who's naturally tanky from her Dragonborn passive, and having a Soraka, which gives other people resistances, a Sona that can give other people resistances, heal and sustain alongside the Soraka, and Graves. They have so much durability here up against a team that is very defenseless. Their peel is arguably not even that great. They have Syndra, who actually has some decent peel on her.
Yeah.
But Leona's engage. You see Tryndamere, who's pretty much a pick somebody off split push champion. But I don't know how often lolpro is going to be answering the split push. I think they'd actually be fine team fighting and letting Acadian just split push.
Well, it depends how fast they do it. Acadian right now going towards at least Cutlass first. We'll see if when he branches to Static Shiv, that's when the pushing gets really fast, is when you can actually AoE the minions down with more than just 2 spinning slash casts. But that'll be the test right now. They've actually every single time answered this split. And the funny thing is, because 2 turrets were taken, the Trin split push is so telegraphed in the future, it's easy to respond to. He has to push all the way through Min's inhibitor, and you can watch wave after wave after wave and send someone to defend. It actually makes it very easy for lolpro to react and then go make plays elsewhere.
Yeah, you can't push up very far, but at the same time, not a big deal. Tryndamere, he'll push, he'll get his golems. And now in the bottom lane, though, this is the last turret that lolpro can take.
Yeah.
And they're setting up for it.
This could be a good play. Both top laners have teleport available. Soraka heading down. Syndra has not just yet. So lolpro has these small numbers lead. Lee Sin waiting around. Go Hanser in 1v1 with Acadian. Does dodge the slow. There's a spinning slash in. Can't catch up. Look at this Heaven Time waiting in the wings. If an engage happens, he's there. Nothing lands just yet. Syndra's still mid. Shyvana rotates mid to actually hold that lane. So Acadian left by himself again, but once again, the wave all the way pushed in. When he pushes down, it'll be telegraphed.
Yep. He also has teleport still available. He'll use it to get into the fight if he has to. But now look at that. He cleared the mid wave, and now he's going to answer to wherever they send Syndra. So here's the thing. Like I said, lolpro, they want to group up and fight as 5. Tryndamere's going to keep split pushing it. Here we go.
Well, it's going to be the stun onto Sushi, and there comes the dive on in. Exhaust, the big burst. Heaven Time grabs the kill. The blue buff as well goes over. lolpro owning the jungle.
They have a lot of engagement tools here. They're looking for the missed positions. And there's the teleport to top to clean up that minion wave. That, once again, has been telegraphed for so long.
It's really good play by lolpro. I feel like they're playing this one really, really smart. They're playing about 1 step ahead at all times, timing the buffs, being there with a group of 5 that EFG's not ready to react to.
turret siege begins. Hanser, he can actually get a good piece of this now. He's got the Ninja Tabi, so he's able to absorb a little bit of the damage from auto attacks, which is his main source of damage from Tryndamere.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, like, Trynd scales harder, so right now Shyvana just has more base damages, but look at this Acadian really using his lifesteal and his bloodlust to try to chip down his opponent and then heal back up, but Hanser's got a Cutlass. Like, he's not really taking much permanent damage.
Yeah, and every time that Hanser ends up landing his Flame Breath, he goes straight in. There's Sushi, he's caught again.
Another engaged stun goes on an LOH, but Heaven Time just going to chase this one out, picks up the kill with a heal for help. Gets out, but I mean, lolpro playing this so well.
We talked about how mobile Syndra is. This really hasn't been about a single person this game. It's really been about how lolpro has moved around the map. They seem so coordinated compared to the older lolpro that I've seen.
Yeah, they're looking really sharp, I gotta say. I'm very impressed with this team's play right now. Aside from the fact they didn't get punished for farming the top lane that one time at 5 minutes, like, this is a great looking team right here. Hoodstomp gets the solo push in the bottom lane, of course. Everybody's locked up defending elsewhere. He gets to take that by himself, but here comes the Trynd. Can he get the kill picked up? He does have Ghost. He's popped that already, actually. Hoodstomp does get slowed, puts the damage in. Wish comes through as well. There's the Ruin King active. Hoodstomp pops the heal. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's still running towards his turret. Dashes, flashes. Can he get there to Shyvana or anyone else? Acadian gets the slow. Shyvana ulti gets a bit of a knockback, but Acadian still chasing, pops the ulti early. Just now would have had to use it. Now can he get away from this one? Nope, can't. Kill picked up back by Hanser.
So it ends up with a red buff going to Hanser. They go 1-for-1 in kills, but there's an assist on that last one. So the gold actually ends up in lolpro's favor. Hakuho's caught. Clearing out a ward, but at the same time, Hack's Defender off on the side too.
Yeah, Heaven Time wisely backs off of that one.
Yeah.
1v2s, even if you're winning by a little bit, not exactly in your favor. So 2,300 gold lead right now for lolpro. They've been taking the jungle pretty successfully. They've taken, I think, every single one of the blue buffs that has respawned, and they're 1-for-1 on red buffs now. Considering everything past 6 minutes, they've been trading right there. So now it's lolpro's turn to go for the blue buff in this one. Looks like they've got enough control. The damage can be done rather quickly. No one from EFG looking to really stop this one. And again, lolpro owning the map.
Yeah, end up picking up their first dragon of the game.
Yes.
First one went over to EFG. So everfrag ended up having that one. But it didn't do too much for them. It was very early. And I'm thinking about it now. They're putting some kills onto Acadian, and he's sacrificing his life for it, but he is Tryndamere. I would say going 1-for-1 in kills with a Tryndamere is actually worth it. Because you get to the point where you're at critical mass with your gold, where you will just destroy turrets so quickly with attack speed, and you will destroy minion waves and champions at the same time. There's really nothing that stands in Tryndamere's way when he ends up getting a little bit of farm and getting gold.
Well, let's see. Level 11 now, both with kind of like one major completed item on this top lane fight. LOD gets his blue up, but Acadian down to half HP, pops the Ruin King. Pretty good damage coming through.
Here.
Ooh, this could be interesting. Hanser very low, pops the ulti. Acadian heals, does not ult, he doesn't have it up yet. The flash, the engage is going to be enough damage. Acadian tries to get away. Red buff is on the kick. The save from Hack's Defender, living up to his name, and now turned ulti's up. Can he turn the fight around? The Q comes back in, the flash away. Oh, he didn't ult in time. Double kill for LOD.
He didn't pop it. The fact that they had the heal come up, LOD with the blue buff, just doing ton of work there. Came up, star call constantly. Sushi's out of position again. What can they do?
A lot of damage right now to Hanser, though. Kill picked up by GG Jessica Jung. Now Sushi in the back lines. Hakuho, though, taking big damage. Flashing forward. Crescendo is going to land once again onto Syndra. Deleted for the third time this game, and now GGJJ actually gets away.
Now they're going to get this turret for themselves. They've cracked that tier 2. They're going to have to crack base after, and Hakuho.
Wow, a little bit too aggressive. The heals too much. He thought with Throw Dagger would be enough, but it was not.
The loss of a ban really hurt them, letting Soraka get through. I am almost positive their last ban would have been Soraka. I thought it was going to be their first ban when you asked me, but nope, didn't even get it.
He just deleted it. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty unfortunate there. LOD, I mean, especially when you consider the fact that he's new to the lane, right? LOD, an AD carry player, traditionally. In solo, you actually only had 3 guys really worth listing, but you know, it seems to have made it work from scrims and whatnot, and the Soraka is working for him.
He shut down that mid lane so much. Syndra relies on Burst, and Burst doesn't do too well against Soraka.
Well, they didn't even give him the lane. Soraka went somewhere else.
That's true.
They put Grave Sona against her.
That's true. That's true. He ended up in the first couple of minutes. But now Soraka's pretty much just been an ambulance that shows up to the lanes. Like, oh, you need a heal?
Yep. I think it should do so much damage with Starcall. It's more like a whambulance. Because wham!
Okay.
That was pretty lame.
Okay.
No, that one's
okay.
bad.
That one's a 3.
Yeah. The other one was at least like a 6.
That one's really... No, the other one wasn't a 6. I'll give you a 5 on that one.
Okay.
I'm adjusting my ratings post-mortem.
Post-mortem?
After they're dead.
Okay. Well, getting down to half HP puts the Ruin King again onto Hanser, who is pretty tanky. You're seeing actually, like, the item differential has actually kind of happened right now. They both got Ruin King tier 2 boots, but you've got the extra Warden's Mail, making it really hard for Kaden to win any fights.
Yeah, I'm going to have to change his name to Cadian.
Okay.
He can no longer have Aiden in his name.
Okay.
Being 2-3 doesn't work out.
Man. He's 2/3 of a team's
I stripped him of his name, of his titles.
It's messed up. You can't do that. It's not in your power.
Oh, it's definitely my power. Hanser has his teleport up, so he can show up to this fight if he wanted to. Right now, it's 4 and 5. There they go.
There we go. Crescendo on the 2. Nice shot right there. Huguho now taking a bunch of damage. Eve goes in the mix as well. LOH getting away. Heaven Time just doesn't take damage thanks to exhaust, but LOH has gone down to the back lines. But here comes Shyvana going pretty hard. Picks up 1, looks for another one. Oh, the Graves ulti finds it. Heaven Time picks up 2 more. Sushi, last one alive, taken down by a Hanser. 5-1 fight for lolpro.
5-for-1. lolpro coming up huge in this fight. Tanking the turret so that Hanser gets out. Being a bro.
Yeah, it was nice.
Now they're going to get this tier 2 turret off of it. Not going to push anything else just yet. Clean up the pink board. That's the reward right there.
Yeah. Keep in mind, it's 20 minutes in. They're respawning in 6 seconds. They've got to heal back up
very early
and be ready. Exactly.
We're going to take another look at that right here. We see the Crescendo come across 2, which locks them up and prevents the engage. Kakao is trying to get out of there, and Hanser just goes straight after the back line. Acadian pops his ultimate, but Hanser, he's so tanky, and the fact they don't have a tank to absorb damage means they're all very squishy. If your backline is getting zoned off like this by somebody you can't kill fast enough to help your front line, it's just over.
Yeah. And I actually got to mention the MVP exhaust. We thought it was going to be for Tryndamere. Yeah. They're cutting it back anyway. It's actually for Syndra.
Yep.
They're like, I think I've seen it twice now, completely stopping your ultimate. She ulted the Eve and didn't even break the ulti shield.
Yeah, the fact that exhaust is so powerful now against casters is actually really good change. It gives it multi-purpose and allows it to be a really reasonable spell to take in the mid lane.
Worked quite nicely. The counter pick and 7 spell pick really did well for them. I mean, counter pick, like it's counter lane matchup. They put the 2-man there. They couldn't get bursted out. Hanser, LOD now looking for the top lane of this one. But as well, looks like they've taken all 6 tier 1 and tier 2 turrets. So now the question is, where else does lolpro go?
Oh, they have to crack this base. They have a wave that's pushing actually against them in the bottom lane. And the way that their wards are set up is all in this top lane. They will see the movement. Now they're going to start sieging this top lane. And actually, doing a really good job here. No, they don't want to engage. EFG doesn't want to engage because of the Crescendo, because of the tools they have available to them. And like I said, you don't want to tower dive a Soraka, but Soraka's really good at helping your team tower dive.
Yeah, here's the weird thing, right? Is like, you've got decent tankiness in Hanser now. He's got Randuins. And okay, you're right about like Soraka, Sona, they're being able to help this, but like, I feel like it's not, I mean, I guess I could tower dive, but it just feels so risky to me to tower dive when exhaust is down.
It's still very risky, of course. They're at a 10k gold advantage. They're going to pick up the dragon and take another advantage for themselves. And I do understand what you mean by that. But at the same time, the amount of armor that Soraka gives somebody, just soak the turret. They don't even have to tower dive. You can just heal Hanser and then have Hood Stomp auto attack the turret. He'll be in Solar Flare range, but you can always counter Crescendo the engage. There's a lot of cards in the hand of lolpro, not just because of their team comp and the way they've been playing this, but because of how much gold they have as an advantage.
Yeah, very true. Kept him safe for this one. Going to be grabbing the red buff. lolpro, when will they push forward for the next major objective? Will it be a Baron setup maybe? Of course, with Dragon down. I mean, this is good.
Baron's
right?
really risky.
Yeah, it is. It is still really risky. You're absolutely right.
It's 22 minutes into the game. The Baron would be how EFG gets back in here. And the fact that it's a Lee Sin and it's execute, it's always a risk.
Definitely is. Okay, so LOD grabs the blue buff. They're taking their time to make sure they claim away the jungle. Of course, Acadian, though, still split pushing means at some point you've got to react to this. Otherwise, gold flows in and your life gets difficult. They are putting wards down on Baron, though. The 2 pink wards, these are the 2 important ones. The one in the brush by the river. Another one right here, I like that one as well. Those are 3 really good pink wards.
Nobody cares about Acadian split pushing right now except for Hanser, and he doesn't have his TP.
Oh, yeah, there's a TP disadvantage. if EFG knows this, they could actually use that to get a 5v4.
They would have to really use that 5v4 to their advantage. And I think Hanser is going to do is just chase him as much as he can and keep tabs on him, because he can still interrupt the TP with his Dragon's Descent. So if he's in line with what his team wants, then if he just basically sticks to the Tryndamere, then he'll be fine.
He just let him slip right then, though. Like, he's not... He finds him again, right? Like, this is a good ward, but he's not trying super hard to chase him out to guarantee TPs. Like, at some point, Hanser's going to turn around and go for minions, I think, unless they're trying to pinch the Trynd to kill him.
No, he's going to chase him.
Wow, that's a good play.
He's going to make sure that he can't show up, and then he's going to push him far enough out and wait for his own teleport.
Yeah, there's no split pressure anymore.
Yeah.
lolpro has no reason to rush any of this.
And now he's going to clear that wave early so that this wave will start pushing by itself. And that bottom wave is actually going to be a problem by the time that Hanser's teleport is up.
Yeah, it's going to be in about 5 seconds. Tryndamere cannot stop TPs, whereas Shyvana can, so that might be something to watch for. Static Shiv now done as a very important power spike for Acadian, but Thornmail is coming soon for Hanser. I think it's going to make it too hard for Acadian to win a 1v1 when Thornmail's done.
Hanser played that so well in terms of micro, and just the little macro strategy for himself in lane was really good. Just knowing when to keep tabs, and the communication that lolpro has is on another level.
Yeah,
compared to what everfrag has. The way that they have this cohesion, adding Hood Stomp to it, he's done really well this game. Their shot caller, whoever it is, everybody's listening to and respecting.
Yeah, they're moving very, very smartly here. 25 minutes in.
10k gold advantage at this point in the game.
Here we go. 5 minutes ago was the 6th turret going down. Flapjack goes in. They find Sushi again, and down she goes. 1 for 0. The dive's still coming through past the turret at this point. It's really not hitting him anymore. The dive on back, and it's going to be Sona dropping Acadian. Pops the ulti. Can he get more damage? Or Hoodstop trying to kite backwards. Flashes away. One more attack. Gets healed up by the Soraka. 2 for 1. Now they can go for the turret.
Yeah, the Soraka turret dives are extremely potent. It doesn't matter. You have your wish, you have your ancestral healing, you have 2 heals on your team. Both were blown in that fight by lolpro. They're going to get an inhibitor for themselves, and they're most likely going to back off. Oh, Defender goes in!
He got silenced! He wanted a ward hop back, but the silence from Soraka kept him from doing so. Another kill picked up. 3-1 and an inhibitor.
Now this is big. The jungler's down. They have a lot of options on the table. They could rush a Baron with no chance of a smite steal, but looks like they're going to back and instead set up for another push. They have the minion wave going, so they're playing it very safe.
Yeah, they are.
I don't even know if Baron will be taking this game unless 4 people are dead.
Even though they set it up perfectly. 3 pink wards in like really, really good spots. There is a ward, I believe, still on Baron, one that didn't get swept just yet, but in general, like lolpro owns that side of the map, but yeah, they're playing the more risk-averse spot.
And they could bait a Baron now with the advantage that they have, and the fact that they have so much pink ward coverage. They could basically tell EFG, this is our coup de grace.
Sure.
Either you come in here and we beat you, because they will flat out win a team fight with 12k gold advantage, or you steal it, we beat you, or you let us have it. Those are the 2 options we mentioned.
Well, wards once again getting swept away. There are sight stones, 2 of them on EFG, so there's plenty of wards to keep putting down if they need to.
And this is the whole playing with aggression. lolpro has put EFG in a spot where they have to make the moves, and it forces misplays.
Here we go, some big damage on Heaven Time, gets locked up, a whole bunch of pain goes through.
Look at that.
Again, Crescendo stopping this up, though no Cinder ult came out the entire time. They've traded back 2 for 1 now, and the dive keeps going. GGJJ forced to run away. Acadian still pretty good, though. If we can turn this fight around, that'd be good for them. Straka heal back down. Oof, big damage comes through. Lucian falls now. 4-2 on the map.
Yeah, they killed 3, and it looks like they're going to go straight for these Nexus turrets. They have all of their damage up. Soraka is the only one not available. At 27 minutes, they're already knocking on the base.
There we go, Acadian in the middle of this whole fight, but 2 versus 4, gonna be a bit difficult. Can they find anything? Looks like it's a jump towards Hoodstop. He's not gonna go down. 2 for 0, lolpro now in the push for the Nexus, and I'm pretty certain they're gonna be making round of 8.
Yeah, that was a very, very confident. I mean, if Hoodstop, he can kind of back up his trash talk at this point.
He did just die now, though. Actually, hold on. This one is defended.
Hanser has a decent amount of damage with Blade of the Ruined King, though, and a lot of durability.
Yeah, they might just have enough. Sushi getting pushed around. Lee Sin still in the mix. Very, very low Heaven Time in the wings. They're just going for the Nexus. It's going to be going down. I've got to assume. There it is. Couple more kills picked up, but 28 minutes, 15 seconds in, Team lolpro takes it out.
That's the cleanest I've seen lolpro